Do you want me to look over the camera or pretend that you're over to the left?
Do you want to send this?
Yeah.
See. Good work, Oliver.
Okay, what is your name and what do you do here at Judge?
My name is Mr. James. Teach math here at Judge, geometry, AP stats, and college prep.
Okay, are you planning to vote this election?
This election, I have no plans to vote.
What do you remember about the first time you voted?
First time I voted, got my ballot in advance, took it in person, which was great. Got to walk past the line while people had clearly been there for a while, but I just got to go drop mine off. The thing I remember most was because I worked at the jail, I actually talked to a lot of my students about which judges were doing a good job. For those who don't know, we do retention voting. So judges basically have a job for life. Unless they don't get enough retention votes, then their job is forfeit. And the year that I voted, there was a judge that had specifically delayed a lot of people's hearings, shown up, been unprofessional. It was kind of, for my students, a big pain. So did not vote for that judge and that judge alone, and luckily that vote seemed to matter because that judge was done with their job after that election. So I feel good about that.
What issues mattered to you back then, and do they still matter to you now, or are there different ones?
Politically, my top two priorities have never really changed. The only things that I would say I'm passionate about politically would be, number one would be human trafficking, doing anything we can on state and federal level to bring that to a permanent end. And then the other one that I care a lot about is nuclear power, which is why I haven't been motivated to vote this year. There haven't been a lot of pro-nuclear candidates basically for a few years. So.
Okay. What message do you have for students about voting?
Don't vote just to vote. You'll be underwhelmed. It's not very exciting and it takes a lot of time. Vote because you're passionate about things, and know that if you do want to make progress on something that you're passionate about, voting isn't the one and only solution you have. Stick to your guns, make sure other people care. Even when I think about the judge that I voted on, it wasn't my vote that mattered, it's the fact that those inmates were willing to speak up and let us know that there was somebody who wasn't doing their job, and getting that word around probably meant the most. So even if you don't have the ability to vote, there's plenty of issues out there that you can bring attention to.
Do you think it's worth someone to vote if it's just like between two lesser evils? Like if they don't like either candidate, do you think they should vote?
No, I'm very against the way that we vote, where we split down the majority. Especially as a math teacher, it's 2022. There's been better systems of voting for hundreds of years, things that have been tested and theorized. My ideal voting would be something like a ranked list preference voting. I think that would make people's votes matter. I'd also like it if you could kind of vote negatively against people if you had enough candidates you'd like to list before it. But I do think the way that our two-party, your vote either counts or doesn't type of system really is, it's demotivating. It doesn't feel like your vote can make a big difference unless you're in those swing states or those precincts where you decide the end result.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.